Welcome to my next franchise ranking video. As on Wednesday night, I was able to see an early screening of the newest installment in the Planet of the Apes franchise titled Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And as you can see by the thumbnail, it's time for my very first Planet of the Apes franchise ranking video. Now, I should let all of you know, it's only going to be the most recent 5 movies in the Planet of the Apes franchise, starting from the Mark Wahlberg 2001 Planet of the Apes movie to the newest installment, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I chose not to watch the old ones. I don't know if I've ever seen any of them. Probably not. Maybe I did and just don't remember them. But the plan was to include them in this ranking, but I didn't necessarily want to put myself through the pain of watching them. Not that they're bad movies. I don't know. I just don't like watching movies that came out before I was born. Yes, I know. Me being a big film nerd, I just don't like watching older films. I don't know. The plan was to watch them, and at some point I will watch them. Definitely, I will watch them before the next installment comes out of the Planet of the Apes franchise. But for now, I'm just sticking with the newest 5 movies, mainly because I don't think people on my channel would really care for me to talk about the old movies. They probably don't care either. I could be wrong, though. But typically it would be an older subscriber base, and my subscriber base isn't oldish, I guess I could say. So just to let you guys know again, I'm not going to talk about the original, 4 or 5 movies in this franchise. But a few things before I get into my ranking. Obviously, this is going to be my opinion. We are unique individuals. We all have different opinions. Make sure you leave your ranking of at least these 5. If you want to include the other movies, that's fine too, in the comments section. I did rewatch all these movies in preparation for this video. Obviously, I've only seen the newest one once, but I had seen Rise of the Planet of the Apes a couple times. I saw the Mark Wahlberg one probably 3 or 4 times, and then Dawn and War of the Planet of the Apes were second-time watches for me. And as far as spoilers go for this video, because I think that's very important, I will be discussing spoilers for all the movies except the newest installment of the franchise. So Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, if you haven't seen it yet, I will be super vague with my opinions on that movie. I'll probably go through that one really quick just so I don't spoil anything. So don't worry if you haven't seen Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes yet. I'm not going to give major spoilers in this video, which is usually something that I don't do. I usually give spoilers away because I don't care, but I just thought I'd let you guys know I'll be talking about spoilers for all the movies. Maybe not into big detail, but Kingdom, I will stay away from spoilers. I'll try to be as vague as possible with plot details, so just know that. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, if you're a fan of this channel and you want to help me out with the algorithm, make sure that you Hulk smash the like button. Keep in mind, I cover a lot of stuff on my channel. In addition to franchise ranking videos, I do UFC live fight reactions, Walking Dead stuff, Dexter stuff, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, Shameless, Big Bang Theory, Lucifer, end of the year movie ranking videos, TV show ranking videos, TV show physical media collections, Blu-ray, 4K, DVD collection videos. There's a lot of stuff. I'm sure other than this video, there will be something else that you'll like on the channel. So check out my playlist, share this video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. And last but certainly not least, since you're watching the video anyway, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. So coming in 5th place for me, and I was very hesitant to put this movie in 5th place, but it's going to be the old movie on the block, I guess you could say, and that would be Planet of the Apes from 2001, starring Mark Wahlberg as Captain Leo Davidson. This is a Tim Burton directed movie, and I do not hate this movie. I actually like this movie, and I know this movie gets a lot of hate, and typically I don't like Tim Burton movies. This movie right here is probably my favorite Tim Burton movie, even over the Batman movies and possibly Beetlejuice. Although it's been so long since I've seen Beetlejuice, which I do own, and I'll probably watch that in preparation for the newest one, assuming I go see the newest one. But I don't mind the movie. I think Mark Wahlberg does a good job. I think the best job in this movie is Thade, played by Tim Roth. He's good. You have the great Michael Clark Duncan in this movie. You have Paul Giamatti in this movie as well. Plot's pretty basic. Mark Wahlberg lands on this ape place, and he has to deal with the apes, and you've all seen the movie. You know what happens in the movie. I don't hate it. And typically, I do not like Tim Burton movies. And you have the usual cast of characters with Tim Burton movies, his wife and all that. But it's a movie that I, to a degree, enjoy. And it's my first movie that I know for sure I watched in this franchise. I did see it in the theater when it came out in 2001. So, Planet of the Apes from 2001, which I did not want to put here, but that comes in fifth place for me. Now, coming in fourth place for me, unfortunately, is going to be the newest installment in the franchise, and that would be Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's, again, I'm going to be vague here. It's a movie, they try to add something to it. They try to give you a different story, and the story, it works to agree. You follow the character of Noah around. He meets a character named Echo. He also meets an older ape, and I can't remember the person or the name of that character. The villain in the movie is Proximus, and the premise, it's like years after Caesar. Caesar is not in this movie. Well, he's not in this movie. He doesn't have any speaking lines. He's not in the movie. But I don't know how long after Caesar it is. But the premise is some people want to open this vault. That's the premise of the movie. You have this... You know what? I don't want to even try to go down that route because I might give spoilers. But there's some good performances in this movie. I think the character that Kevin Durant plays, who, if you don't know who Kevin Durant is, not the basketball player Kevin Durant, it's Kevin Durant, with a D at the end. He plays an interesting character, and I just feel like the movie was too long. It's 2 hours and 25 minutes, and I feel like it could have been 2 hours tops, and it could have told me the same story, and I would have been less bored. So, unfortunately, at the moment, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes comes in fourth place. However, watching this one, especially at home, not being annoyed, I'm at the theater or anything like that, I might like it more, but at the moment, it's in fourth place for me. In third place, and this was a struggle, because obviously the three movies that are left, and this one I really liked a lot, but I'm going to put Rise of the Planet of the Apes in third place. Of course, it's following the character of James Franco, or Will Rodman, played by James Franco. You've got his dad, that's played by John Lithgow, Charlie, I think, Rodman. And the premise is he has Alzheimer's, and Will's character is trying to find a cure for that. And so they're doing like experiments and like genetically enhanced stuff to apes at this laboratory. And eventually one of the apes, gets loose and goes crazy in the lab and goes all over the place and ends up biting people and all that. And so they have to put that ape down, and then you find out this ape actually gave birth to, and that's why the ape started freaking out, and that's where we get the character of Caesar. So the head lab guy at the lab has James Franco's character Will take Caesar in because they don't want anybody to know about him, and then he raises Caesar. And it's just, I really like it. Now, it's very plain compared to the other two movies that are left on this ranking, but I enjoyed the movie quite a bit. I was very surprised that I liked this movie, because I went to go see this one in the theater, and I really had no interest in seeing it, because I'm not a big Planet of the Apes nerd, but I went to it anyway, because my roommate said, hey, let's go to this movie, and I ended up liking it quite a bit, and I was struggling to put that in third place. I wanted to put it higher, but at the moment, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, third place for me. Okay, coming in second place here, and I think this is actually an unpopular opinion, but for me, second place is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So when I did this, when I was preparing for this ranking video, I thought Rise of the Planet of the Apes would be number one. So, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, you all know the premise of it. It's, the apes are kind of taking over the world. You've got human races still around, and they want to get electricity, but the apes are still, Caesar still respects humans because of, his relationship with Will. And so they let the character of James Clark and Kerry Russell, which are Ellie and Malcolm, and a bunch of their associates go in this thing to try to get power to the place that all the humans are at, and the leader of this group is like Gary Oldman's character, which is Dreyfus. And then you have, of course, the crazy Koba starts his own, regime and causes chaos, and that, of course, starts the beginning of the war between the humans and the apes. And then eventually Caesar is shot, but not killed, and that's why the apes start to follow Koba, because they think Caesar is dead. And it's not my, like, I don't really like the actor of James Clark. I feel like he's, in every movie he's in that I see, I don't like him. But this movie is a good movie, but a lot of people have this at number 1. And, of course, you know already what my number 1 is, but it's a decent movie. I just feel like, I don't know, some of the stuff in the movie I don't enjoy as much. What can I say? I thought this was going to be in 3rd place, but I put it 2nd because Rise of the Planet of the Apes is kind of boring at times, but what do I know? I'm just giving you my personal opinion. So that's why this movie comes in at number 2. And then, of course, you already know my number 1, which this was a 2nd time watch for me. I only saw this in the theater, and watching it again, War of the Planet of the Apes is my number 1. Very, very dark movie, in my opinion. There's snow in the movie. You have Caesar's wife and his oldest son get killed in the movie. Then he gets eventually taken to this ape prison. It's not really a prison, but that they're kind of prison there to do work for this character, the Colonel, played by Woody Harrelson, and he's like not a good guy, that's for sure. And then Caesar, with the help of Maurice, God, the first time I mentioned Maurice in this ranking video, what the hell? And this older ape, which I can't remember, Bad Ape or whatever his name is, voiced by, God damn it, what the fuck is his name? Steve Zahn, was it? And then you have this girl that helps them out. And it's just really dark, but very entertaining. I mean, Caesar's wife and oldest son dying. I didn't even remember all that stuff. Honestly, I saw it once in the theater, and then like the beginning parts of the movie with the apes and the snow and all that, I didn't remember the movie until they got to the Colonel's place. That's what I remembered about the movie. But it was just really dark and just violent, and some of the background, like Maurice saves the day, the little girl helps out in her own way, and good action sequences. And I've listened to a couple of these ranking videos that include every single movie aside from the newest one, and a lot of people don't put this number 1, and I was shocked, but I really liked this. Like, I really, really liked War of the Planet of the Apes, enough so this will probably be included in my top 100 favorite movies of all time ranking, which never crossed my mind before, but I really liked it. It really left an impression on me. Of course, I'm not really going into details because I'm not the biggest fan of the series, so I don't want to misinform or misexplain something about this, but I enjoyed the movie quite a bit. I thought the performances were good, and then the heartbreaking scene at the end was Caesar actually dying, which I don't know if people thought was actually going to happen. A great job by Matthew Reeves, I guess I should say. He directed them, these two, which you probably already know already, Dawn and War. So, War of the Planet of the Apes, my number 1. This was actually a pretty quick ranking considering what I usually do for my ranking videos. So let me know what you think down in the comments section. Obviously, include whatever type of ranking that you want. Let's avoid spoilers for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I know a lot of people I'm hearing really like the movie. Especially, I have to give him a shout out. Sean Chandler really likes the movie, and I thought it was a 3-star movie at best. I almost went 2.5. Mediocre at the moment, too long for me, but my opinion could change upon a rewatch of that movie. Sometimes my opinion does change. Movies like Blade 2, hated that movie in the theater. Why? Don't know, but loved it after that. Thor Ragnarok, too goofy, was annoyed in the theater, but it was like a last minute, let's go see Thor Ragnarok. And then when I got home and watched it, I liked it a lot more. Although I do think it's a bit overrated. But that's just my opinion. So there's just a couple of examples of movies that I absolutely hated when I saw them the first time in the theater. and then loved them. But let me know what you think in the comments section. Obviously, share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, obviously. Leave me a comment with your thoughts on this ranking, as well as the ranking of your own or anything else that you want to see. I'll be doing a couple other franchise ranking videos pretty soon here. Bad Boys, Ride or Die is coming out soon, so there'll be a Bad Boys ranking on this channel. Wonder what my number one for that's going to be. So let me know what your thoughts are for that. And like I said before, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be personally special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.